Good evening. Very pleased to welcome Mr. Sergey Madvedev, partner and managing director UAE for Gorodeski and Partners law firm. Thank you very much for being with us. Why are you opening in UAE today?
Well, it's a good and regular questions everyone asks. I should reply that the focus, because of the current situation, is changing, and now we see that, for example, our clients are going Middle East.
From Russia?
From Russia, and if we speak international, from European territories to change their supplies and logistics. So we would need to go after them and to be with them on the side that we can help with, for example, on IP and TMT issues.
In terms of territories and sectors, let's say, what are the top sectors that you are involved in?
Well, our firm is, first of all, on the technology side. That's why I would name like three areas where we work mostly. First of all, it's pharmaceuticals, biotechnology, and drugs. Then I would name IT sector, like computers, physics, electronics, stuff like that. And of course, mechanicals and all the side that manufacturing companies provide and sell and produce.
What about the global companies and UAE or Middle Eastern clients going into Russia? Are you seeing that?
I think we see vice versa. We see that our Russian clients, they do open their offices, their companies, or conclude distribution of franchise agreements for Middle East. We do not see the opposite right now, but we think that it will happen in the future. Why? Because European companies as well as some US companies, they are leaving the Russian markets, and so this will be a substitution. When Middle East, like when Middle East companies and Asian companies, by the way, they will step into their shoes and be present on the Russian and even Eurasian markets through them, or they can provide their own brands, their own technologies. Because look at Dubai; it's a lot of technologies, a lot of stuff going on here. So they would sell it in Russia. Why not?
What about basically the restrictions now and the global treaties, such as Madrid Treaty? How are they being implemented nowadays, taking into account the current circumstances?
Well, first, there is no restrictions between Russia and UAE or Eurasia and UAE. Again, we are a Eurasian hub, and we don't advertise ourselves as only a Russian firm. It's all Eurasian regions. So there is no restrictions or limitations between these two countries. Speaking on international level, US government issued the general license, which is, I think, number 31, and they permitted to protect, renew, maintain, enforce IP rights in Russia, because IP is a key intangible asset for them. So they will never skip it or lose it. And we receive a lot of, we continue receiving a lot of client requests from US. Speaking about Europeans, yes, it's more tough. We're losing a bit of work, but as soon as this conflict between Russia and Ukraine ends, maybe some of them will return. This is my perception. For Asian companies, I think this is again a game that they can come into play. I mean, China, because the friendship you see every day in newspapers or internet, that our presidents are like the best friends. So I think China companies will again be a substitution for a lot of European or US brands on the Russian market.
Franchising?
Well, it's one of my favorite practices, and I do a lot of franchise work for my clients myself. There are no again restrictions between Russia and UAE in terms of franchising. That's why I think I will, of course, advertise this business model to UAE clients and to my Russian clients when they come here.
What are you applying in terms of ESG, environment, social, and governance? Are you having anything in this regard?
No. For us, it's you mean the social presence and social? No. we are not concerned about this. So as long as we do our job properly and we do not violate any laws, again, or sanctions, which we of course will never violate, everything in social media or in terms of social governance will be complied by us.
All right, thank you very much.